So you're all very welcome. As I mentioned, I'm Dr. Ashley O'Donoghue from the Graduate Business School here in TU Dublin, and we're delighted to have you all here at our webinar to talk about our postgraduate programmes. I'm delighted to be joined by a number of our faculty today, so there's a great opportunity in this session to learn about the Graduate Business School and also to learn from our faculty about their different programmes. So we have faculty here from Accounting and Finance to talk about fashion buying and management, our masters in advertising and creativity. So we have a whole range of faculty here who we will have breakout rooms, and we'll post a link in the chat in about 10 minutes where you can go and meet with faculty and discuss your programme or whichever programme you have a particular interest in. Okay, so to get started, I suppose a good place to start is who are we in TU Dublin and the Graduate Business School, and how can we support you in your master's learning journey? So in the Graduate Business School, we're located in Dublin, right in the heart of Dublin city centre. We're in Ainger Street in the Faculty of Business, and we have over 1,000 students. We've over 40 postgraduate programmes. And as I mentioned, we have faculty today across 5 schools within the Faculty of Business who have expertise ranging from finance, from retail, supply chain management, a whole range of master's programmes, up to 40 master's programmes that you can choose from. One of the things we pride ourselves on in TU Dublin is that our programmes are career focused, very interactive, engaged learning environment. We have a globally focused student cohort. So 35% of our full-time postgraduate students, for example, are international. And we have a great opportunity for our international students in particular. After you graduate, you have the opportunity to avail of the 2-year stay-back visa, where you would have the opportunity to work in any sector within Ireland. And as you know, Ireland is the tech capital of Europe. So great opportunities to work with homegrown Indigenous business or also multinational business as well. Our programmes are multi-award winning and accredited by a number of professional bodies and internationally accredited as well. And we're in the top 2% of global business schools. So you can see some of our accreditations and awards here, particularly discipline specific around our MBA, for example, is AMBA accredited. A very prestigious award, and our CIPD accreditation for our Human Resource Management Masters, Chartered Accountants Ireland, our accounting programmes. So our programmes are accredited by professional bodies and internationally accredited as well. So why would you choose the Graduate Business School? Why would you come and study with us? So there's 3 areas that we really pride ourselves on. The first is our learning experience is designed to be transformational, and you'll hear that from some of our students that you'll hear from in just a while, that the learning is transformational, that they transform themselves personally and professionally as a result of their postgraduate journey, whether it's a postgraduate certificate, a postgraduate diploma, or a full master's programme. Our students, we hear back from them that the learning experience has been transformational for themselves personally and also for their careers. We offer a very supportive learning environment, and also we like to pride ourselves on the design of our programmes, that they're informed by research, but also very close to practice as well and informed by practice. So when we look at this connected nature of our programmes, we have connections with a number of businesses across a whole range of sectors in Ireland. And one of the things that we work hard to do, and our faculty work very hard to do, is to design the learning and assessments around life challenges to ensure that the learning that you get is underpinned by theory, but also that it can be applied into practice almost immediately. We also have a great connected seminar series, which ensures that our postgraduate students can stay connected with thought leaders from industry and also from academia as well. So we have a great session actually coming up this evening. If anyone is available, we'll pop the link into the chat. We have a speaker from industry talking about blockchain and why you need blockchain technology for your business. Another great session lined up for tomorrow at 4 p.m. which is looking at AI and the world of work, which everybody is trying to grapple with at the moment. But that will just give you an idea of some of the themes that we look at. They can be anything from leadership right through to discipline specific. seminars. So we had a great seminar a couple of weeks ago for anyone who's interested in HR and the Masters in HR. And we had a speaker talking about, well, what are the future trends for HR? What are the predictions for HR professionals? So do check out our Connected seminar series. It'll give you a flavour of how we like to stay close to business and how we like to make sure that our theory can be implemented straight away into practice, and also how our learning is informed also by practice. In terms of the environment that you learn in, we have a very supportive learning environment. So, for example, our class sizes are smaller. You wouldn't find yourself in, a very large lecture theatre with hundreds of other students. And this is really important for our student learning experience. So it means you have access to faculty, you have access to a really good, close network of peer learners as well within your classroom. And in relation to other supports for our students, because we're conscious a lot of master's students, people studying at postgrad level, are either returning learners or they're continuing learners who want to build their career. So we have an award-winning career development centre with a whole range of activities organised for you throughout your academic year and your master's or postgraduate journey. And this can be anything from one-to-one coaching to get your CV up to standard, one-to-one coaching for interview, right through to the careers fairs where our Career Development Centre bring in employers from a whole range of sectors to meet with our graduates and our students, which is great in terms of making connections for potential employment. And we also have a lot of really good sports and leisure clubs because, all work and no play is not good. So people want to learn and they want to live at the same time and enjoy their college experience. So we have great sports and leisure clubs and societies as well for our students. This is where our Faculty of Business is located. This is our campus in Ainger Street, which is right in the heart of the city centre. We're very close to one of the main shopping areas, Grafton Street, and social areas, Temple Bar. And we also have a fantastic new campus in Grange Gorman, which is state-of-the-art campus that is newly built. So let's get down to the important parts, our programmes. What are our programmes and what areas are you interested in? Because we want to try and keep this session as interactive as possible. And we have faculty here, as I mentioned, representing a number of our programmes. And we'll pop the links into the chat in just a few minutes where you can go and talk to faculty if you're interested in accounting and finance, if you're interested in HRM, for example. You'll check into the chat and you'll see the link. You can click in and join that breakout room, but don't jump anywhere just yet. In relation to our programs, we are really structured around 5 key areas of discipline. So we have School of Global Business. We have a School of Marketing and Entrepreneurship, School of Management, People and Organisations, a School of Business, Technology, Retail and Supply Chain, and a School of Accounting, Economics and Finance. So our programmes reflect these disciplines, and this is just a flavour of some of the programmes that we have. As you can see, there's accounting, we have digital marketing, logistics and supply chain, advertising, creativity, fashion buying and management, international business, and so on. So there's a good spread of programmes, postgraduate, right across the 5 schools. And we have faculty here today from some of these schools. A great place to go to if you're looking to explore our programmes is our website. And I know Gareth will pop the link in there to our programmes into the chat. So our programmes, when you're searching on the website for a programme and trying to explore, well, what would I like to study? What area would I like to progress my career in? We have a website for full-time learners and a range of programs, and also for part-time learners as well. Okay, so I suppose a good thing to do is to hear from our students and to hear from our graduates. And some of our graduates progress to work in, really large organisations in very senior roles. And you'll see some of these graduates and testimonials on our website. So I won't eat into your time by concentrating too much on these here. You can pick some of these up from our website. But I have a nice short little clip that really sums up who we are in the Graduate Business School and what it's like.
The Graduate Business School is home to a diverse community of learners, from short courses all the way up to full master's degrees. transformation is at the core of everything we do. And the success of our graduates, who are leaders in every industry, is testament to the transformational nature of the programs that we offer in the GBS.
I came from more of an academic background, did the postgrad diploma on the creative side of advertising here, so it was very interesting to learn more about kind of the business side of the industry.
What really separates TU Dublin from other universities is that they're really career focused. The learning is really varied and there's a great mix between practical and theory.
It's such a specialized master's, and in today's industry, the more niche you are, this can well equip you into being competitive within today's competitive markets.
I learned a lot about collaborations, working with people and teamwork and the importance of it.
I developed my analytical skills, I developed my leadership skills, and I've enhanced my strategic mindset.
You won't find yourself in large lecture theatres here. You'll find yourself in smaller class sizes in a very experiential and hands-on type of learning environment.
So you have more time to engage with the lecturers. If you have questions, it's not going to hold up the whole class. If you just have a question about your project or even just a theoretical question about what you're studying, they seem more than happy to stay back and talk.
The Career Development Center really helped me a lot in formulating my CV and preparing me for the interviews for the companies that I was applying for.
TU Dublin provides a really supportive environment for people like me who are a long way away from home. I've had the privilege of finding so many classmates from so many different nationalities. In addition to that, the Irish are really friendly and I love being here.
It's given me a great foundation in my career and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Okay, so I think, Gareth, maybe if you want to put the links into the chat, but before people break out, do we have any questions?
If anybody has a question, you'll need to type it into the chat. You can access the chat by clicking the chat icon at the very top of your screen. Questions can be facilitated through there.
Any questions about our programs or any questions about the 5 breakout rooms? So we have faculty representing MSc Digital and Content Marketing, School of Accounting, Economics and Finance, the MSc in Advertising and Creativity, the MSc Fashion Buying and Management, and the MSc in Human Resource Management. And this is just a flavour of some of our programs, and you get the opportunity here if you want to explore any of these programs to join faculty in one of those breakout rooms. You can click on the link.
And I have just enabled mic access to all participants as well. So if you do have a question, you can just unmute yourself and join the chat, and we'll do our best to answer any questions that you might have.
Do feel free to shout any question that you have, and we'll be able to help you out. Or if you want, if you prefer, you can put your question into chat.
Will I just go over into the breakout room now, Ashley, yeah?
That would be great, Barbara.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay.
So Barbara Mohan is in a breakout room and there to take any questions around the MSc in Fashion Buying and Management. So please do feel free to join Barbara in the breakout room there. And I think no problem. We had a question from, let's have a look. Was it Ronan?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks a lot. Thanks for this.
problem.
I'm just unsure. So I'm particularly interested around kind of business strategic management or product management. So I don't know if I should stay here, go into a breakout room. What might be the best course?
Yeah, I think stay here, Ronan, because
Okay.
the breakout rooms are specifically for those programs. So you're interested in strategic management and product management.
Yeah, those two in particular.
Okay, and what questions did you have? I know we have a faculty member here who can answer some questions around product management, and I can help you out on the strategic management.
Yeah, to be honest, just to get a flavour for it. And sorry, I don't want to take other people's time either.
No problem. Yeah, so maybe Nora, if I take the strategic management first of all.
Perfect, Ashley. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, might be best. And I'm going to stop presenting here and stop sharing. Let's have a look. Okay. And Ronan, are you looking to study part-time or full-time?
Part-time.
Part-time. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen because I suppose to give everybody a brief tour as well of the website. And the web page is really good because you're able to find any information that you need around our programs. So if you type in TU Dublin Graduate Business School, it brings you to our website, and you can choose part-time learners or full-time learners. And Ronan, you're interested in part-time, so the strategic management. If you select area of study, I'm hoping everyone can see my screen at the moment, can they?
Yeah, we can.
Great, okay. So strategy, and there's the strategic management. And here's our masters, okay? And then every web page looks exactly the same for each course, so it's very easy to navigate. So Ronan, if you're interested, for example, in what are the minimum entry requirements, so candidates for the MSc Strategic Management must have at least 50% of their undergrad subjects in business. And what does the program look like, and what's the intention of the program and the aim? It's a really great program because it's an opportunity for you to take and get a holistic view of the business and looking at different parts of the business and understanding the importance of strategic management for providing direction for the business and focus. If you look at some of the course content here, it'll give you an idea of that. So in semester 1, you're studying strategic management and getting the real foundations of it. And how do you lead organizations for high performance? And then every manager and leader needs to understand finance and to have finance-informed decision-making. And in semester 2, then you look at marketing, analytics again for decision-making, innovation management, and critical and responsible management. And as you can see then, for the part-time, it's a 2-year program. Project management, entrepreneurship, more in-depth, deep dive into strategic management, and then you have electives, either HR, economics, digital marketing, and then a consultancy project, which is you're encouraged to use a live challenge within an organization to solve a real-world issue in your consulting project. But you can see, Ronan, from the subjects there that the program is designed to give you that holistic view of leading the organization, providing strategic direction for the organization.
Hi, I can do a quick overview of product management as well. Actually, apologies, my camera is not enabled on the call, but so from strategic management to product management, as Ashley said, strategic management would be a more holistic overview of aspects of business strategy within the organization. Product management is more targeted for either professionals working in product management, or they're finding themselves in a situation where their role is expanding to incorporate aspects of product management. So we have quite a diverse cohort on the program. It's part-time and it's a PG diploma for the first year, and then you can continue on to the second year for your master's in product management. Our PG diploma is executive education with a significant amount of adjunct faculty from around the world, and it runs in block delivery from September for a year on Fridays and Saturdays. It covers everything from design thinking, product management at scale. So it's really giving you, in the first year particularly, a deep dive into the applied profession of product management and the theoretical strategies and frameworks that underpin excellence in that area. The second year, and what is beneficial about that, the buildable structure, is people can complete the first year and they can have their PG diploma and make the decision if they wish to continue to the master's after the second year. When they've completed the first year. The second year then is more focused on the research side of product management, and you also cover elements of strategy, of course, in that too. So when making the decision between the two, it's probably considering those aspects. Product management would have a more focused aspect on dealing with product, scaling products and strategy in that context. There there are modules and aspects of the program that cover the general aspects of strategy within an organization, but it is more focused on that field. On that, if anyone would like to have a follow-up chat related to product management or any other part-time programs, I'm going to put my email in the chat, and you can drop me a message and we can talk about it further if you want.
Thanks, Nora. And I'll actually put the contact as well for the program coordinator for the MSc Strategic Management, which is my colleague Jen Manning. So you'll have both contacts there, Ronan. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Hi, this is Anthony Ashley. I'm wondering, do you have, excuse me, is there a breakout room for the digital transformation and leadership course that's offered?
There isn't a breakout room, so we can take your questions here.
No. Great, delighted, thank you.
Yeah,
my question
no
is
problem.
straightforward. I was in touch with Joe a couple of weeks ago regarding the course, and it starts in, and there's one running, I believe, starting in September. So, right in September, I think I am, right in September. I'm just wondering, when will it be available and open for applicants?
So this, you're talking about the digital leadership, is it?
Yeah, digital transformational leadership course, yeah.
Digital transformation leadership. So they should be opening for applications very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say actually in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, great. I'll keep an eye on it then. That's great.
Okay, Anthony, no
Thanks
problem.
a million for that.
You have a contact for the program coordinator for that program, have you?
Well, I just took it off the website.
The website, yeah, that's the one.
And I reached out.
Great. Okay, perfect. And just while we're talking in relation to the breakout rooms, please do feel free to go into your breakout room now, and anyone who has questions outside of those breakout room programs, if you stay in this call here, and we'll be able to take your questions.
Thank you.
No problem. So do we have any other questions? I suppose picking up on Ronan's question around, you know, looking at two programs and which should you choose and what should you study, you really need to ask yourself, why am I returning to master study, or why am I embarking on master study? And if it's around career progression, for example, then if you identify, well, which role am I working towards, and then try and align the program that you choose with that. Because one of the things we hear from our graduates is being able to leverage their postgraduate study, whether it's the postgraduate certificate, diploma, or master's, leveraging it to get access to a role, or leveraging it to get promotion or progression within their organization. So that should be a key factor in terms of which programs you choose, and also choosing something that you're really interested in and that you would enjoy is also very important.
Ashley, Caroline Power here.
Hi, Caroline. How are you doing?
Good. I have a question. Is it hybrid learning, or is it all full lectures?
It depends on the program, but you know, mostly it's face-to-face, and it would be located within Ainger Street.
Perfect.
Did you have a particular program you're thinking of, Caroline?
Similar to the MSc in Strategy Management and Innovation. Be very interested in. Yeah.
Yes, so most of the delivery is face-to-face, and it's in Ainger Street. You might have some lectures online, but the bulk will be face-to-face.
Okay, and it would also be part-time because I'm working as well, so it'll be on over the 2-year period, working, trying to juggle all, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And there's great supports, you know, for learners in terms of trying to balance work and study, and we have academic writing support. We've a great library with really good resources, very good quality resources, easily accessible and navigated, and you get great support from your lecturers as well, as you heard from our student testimonials. So there's good supports there to enable you to be successful.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's a question. Sorry to cut across. I'll let the student ask a question. Please proceed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Actually, I was wondering if I'm candidate to study also the MSc in Innovation Management because my degree is in marketing.
Okay, and you're thinking of full-time study, is it, or part-time study?
Yeah, full-time, full-time.
Full-time, okay. And you're looking at the MSc in Innovation Management. Let's have a look. Yeah. MSc Technology and Innovation Management. And then I'm looking at the minimum entry requirements for that. So you need to hold a 2-2 award in an honours bachelor degree in science, engineering or technology. And so it's a non-business course. It's a conversion program. And do you have a non-business undergrad?
Well, my degree is in marketing. I also have a diploma in global business.
Okay.
Sorry, business administration.
Business administration, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So the course is specifically designed not for business graduates. So it's designed for graduates who are converting from another discipline like engineering and moving across into business. If you wanted, we can take your contact details and we can have a follow-up conversation with you about it.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. If what I'm going to do is pop my email into the chat, and if you want to give me a contact, an email, and we can pick up the conversation from there, and we can look at options for you.
Okay, I wrote it down here in the chat. Thank you.
No problem. So I'm just popping my email in there now, Israel.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Any other hands up? Can you see, Gareth? I can't see hands showing.
Sorry, Ashley, when I came in at that point, there was a question from an international student, which Pamela O'Brien has since addressed within the chat.
Ah, great. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Pamela.
Welcome.
So I'm just going to do a quick share of my screen again. As I mentioned, even after this call, if you're looking to explore different programs, really good starting point is in our courses page and listed in each program very clearly, what are the entry requirements, a little bit about the program, what the content is, the schedule on delivery, how to apply, some testimonials from our students. So you'll see links within each of the pages that provides more detailed information. And there's, a couple of email contact links, myself, Nora, in there into the chat, but Nora's particularly around product management. But myself, if you have any questions or queries after the call and something dawns on you and you go to the website and you can't find the answer, please do give me an email contact and we'll be able to answer your question for you. And just in relation to the supports, because listening to some of you even talking about being adult learners and balancing, work and home and study life. As I mentioned, there's really good supports around academic writing, library centre. We have great supports to help you to be successful in your postgraduate journey. And also our faculty, because we have those smaller class sizes, you have more access to the faculty, more access to support as well and guidance. For those of you looking at masters and looking at, say, for example, your consultancy project is a great opportunity to address a real world challenge within an organization that you're currently working in or an organization that you might be trying to connect to. It's a great way to profile yourself within your own organization. So if you're, say, for example, exploring in your research and your consultancy project, how do I solve an issue around, let's take a HR one, for example, that everybody will appreciate. How do we improve the staff experience around here? Or It could be logistics and supply chain. How can we use AI in forecasting, or what are the risks in using AI in forecasting logistics and so on? Working with senior people in your organization, interviewing them, trying to solve the challenge or the issue that you have for your consultancy project is a great way to apply your learning in a practical setting. But it's a great way also to profile yourself in your organization and profile yourself in terms of looking at other areas to move to within your organization. And Ronan, I think you have a hand up again, have you?
Gabriella actually has a hand up, so I might pass her.
Oh, okay, let's have a look. Gabriella?
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. My question is actually similar to Roman. So if you could give us like a rough timeline for applications. So how long does approximately take the admission process?
Yeah. And Pamela, are you still on the call here?
Yeah, I am, Ashley. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Gabriella. I'm Ronan. Yeah. So, Gabriella, are you applying as an international applicant or an EU applicant?
An international.
International. So for the international students, I suppose your timeline is a little bit different. The international applicant portal generally closes in June. So I suppose depending on the program you're applying for, so we work on a quota basis. We keep the class size small. So the classes do start filling up fairly quickly now at this time of year, depending on the program. What courses is specifically you're interested in?
On logistics and supply chain.
Logistics and supply chain. If I look after that program now, we are actually starting to fill up, so I would advise you to apply soon if you haven't already. The turnaround is pretty fast. If you were to drop me an email when you are applying, I can get it moved along fairly quickly for you. You would be looking, I suppose, if you have all your documentation, you'd be looking at a turnaround time between applying an offer of maybe up to 2 weeks, depending on whether all the documents have been submitted. And then once an offer decision is made, to secure your seat, you need to pay 50% of the international fee, which I think for that program, it's 14,500 is the total fee for the program. So you'd want to pay half of that when you're accepting your place, and then you have the option to pay the second half at the start of semester 2. Once your fees have landed in the TU Dublin Bank, it's a requirement for the visa application that the fees have been paid. You'd be sent your full offer letter and your fee receipt, and then you'd start your visa process. And the visa application can take anywhere from 8 weeks to 3 months to be processed. So I suppose if you're working back from September, your timeline is the longer you leave it, the tighter it's getting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I already applied last week, actually.
Oh, you did? Okay. I'll keep an eye out for your application, Gabriella, and I'll try and get it moved along with admissions. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
No problem. Ronan, then
thanks, Pamela.
Ronan, you're applying as you're an Irish resident, are you? I can tell by your name. Yeah. So I think it's a little bit different for you. The applications for the part-time program, I think, are open for the part-time programs. I stand to be corrected on that. Generally, we'll accept applications right up to the end of July. We'd still be for the part-time programs here because you don't have visa issues and whatever else. If you are accepting your place, there is an acceptance fee. I think it's €300 that you'd need to pay when you're accepting your place, and then your fees you need to pay. They operate I think it's 25%, 25%, and 50%. Again, I stand to be corrected on that fee payment system for the part-time students. So you pay half of your total fee for year one and half of your total fee for year two. Generally, when you're registering, I think it's probably 50% you pay, and then you can pay the balance throughout the year. Does that make sense?
Brilliant. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Terry, you had a question in the chat around digital marketing and the entry requirements. Is that right?
Who did?
I think Terry had typed up a question into the chat.
I think I answered that
Oh,
one.
you
Digital
answered
marketing,
that.
yeah, requires 50% business in undergrad, but there are alternative courses. There's advertising and creativity, which Emma has just highlighted, is a non-business background, and also the MSc marketing.
Right. Thanks, Pamela. And thanks, Emma, for answering that. And just in relation to accessing the campus in TU Dublin and Ainger Street, we're very central. So lots of public transport, and there's the Lewis bus, trains. There's no parking on site on the campus because it's a city campus, but most people would arrive by public transport, and we're right beside a whole range of network of buses and Lewis and trains and so on. So it's easy to access.
We have a question, Ashley, from a student inquiring as to what the average number of students we enroll per semester for the Masters in International Accounting.
Okay, I know there is a breakout room that specifically from accounting, economics and finance, but generally across our postgraduate programs, we try and cap the classes that they're not too big. So, the ideal number would be anything from 25 to 40, and that's probably the best for the student experience. I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, Ashley. And I've just reposted the link again for the talk that's currently taking place for the School of Accounting, Economics and Finance.
Thanks, Gareth. Any questions? Remember, just pop them in the chat, or you can unmute your mic and ask, and we'll be able to take them for you. And I would definitely encourage you to go onto our webpage, our courses webpage, the full-time, the part-time programs, and also the connected seminars. I popped them into the chat there, the link earlier on. It's quite early on in the chat. But we have a whole range of seminars upcoming. They're free for everyone to access. They're typically online for an hour, and you have a great opportunity to meet faculty and speakers from industry talking about issues really that are challenging business and society at the moment. And as I mentioned, you'll also be able to access the recording of the past seminars from maybe the last couple of years. We keep them up there for a couple of years. And there's a range of seminars, anything from leadership into discipline specific, looking at marketing, looking at finance, business technology, logistics and sustainability. We have a very strong pillar of sustainability in the university that works through all our programs. So do check out some of those recordings. Again, free to access for everybody, the recordings, and free to attend any of the seminars.
There are just two further questions that have arrived into the chat, Ashley. One is from Amy Brady, who has said that she's interested in the part-time strategic management course. And let me see, she just asks, she says or mentions that she did her undergrad in human resource management, and would you typically see students doing this course after having done their undergrad in HRM?
Yeah, so the strategic management, Amy, is I'm not sure if you were here earlier on the call, we went through the program in detail with the content, and the program is designed to give you that wider holistic view, working at a more senior level in the organization, around strategy and providing direction and implementing strategy in an organization. There is a requirement that you have in your undergrad 50% of your subjects are business subjects in your undergrad. So when you make your application, that will be assessed. There are some exceptional entries for students, say, for example, that would have work experience, a lot of work experience in business, for example. So please do feel free to contact the program coordinator. I've put in the email contact for my colleague, Jen Manning, who is the program coordinator for the MSc Strategic Management. But in terms of the requirements, we would look at your undergrad to see within that HR degree what number of modules were business-related modules. I hope that helps to answer your question. I think that was the question, Amy, was it, around the entry requirements? And typically, would you see HR graduates? Yes, a lot of people, do strategic management because they want to progress in organizations. They want to understand how organizations work holistically. So you would be a good example there, where you're going from one specific discipline within business, and now you're looking to broaden it. Okay. Any further questions? Just in relation to, yeah, go ahead, Gareth.
Just a message has arrived from Aoife Duff, just asking, what about people who are coming from degrees outside of business?
Yeah, so there's a number of conversion courses, we call them. So they were, and really it would be, what area are you looking to go into? But they would be called conversion courses, where you don't have that requirement that you need to have an undergrad in business. Aoife, were you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I was thinking of the HRM masters.
Okay, so if we look at the HRM masters, and let's have a look. And you're part-time or full-time student? You're part-time, is it?
Yeah, looking for part-time.
Part-time, okay. And if we look at human resource management, I'm going to share my screen with you again so that you can see the content and what the program looks like. Okay, so we've got let's have a look. You should be able to see my screen now.
No, actually, oh yeah, we can now.
Yes. Okay, great. So in terms of your entry requirements, Aoife, you have, it's graduates who have a degree in HRM, business, psychology, sociology, and law. What area is your degree in? Did you say it's non-business, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, also I mentioned around the work experience would be considered in terms of, if you have been working in business for a number of years, that would be taken into account. And then in terms of the content, it's really looking at the full breadth of the HR role or discipline within an organization. So it's everything from the employee life cycle right through from recruitment, selection, performance management, learning and development, rewards, benefits, right through, to exiting. And it's all done at a very strategic level. So you get a mix of both operational and strategic modules within there. And we have one of our program coordinators actually from the Masters in HR if you wanted to get more detailed information about it in the breakout room. So Yanni is in one of the breakout rooms, Aoife, if you wanted to explore it further.
Great, thank you.
No problem. Does that help answer your question?
Yeah.
Great, okay. I'll pop, maybe Gareth, if you wanted to pop in the link for the HR breakout room, and Yanni might be able to go into a lot more detail on the programme with Aoife if she wants to pop in.
Sure, I'll do that right away. And I think the talk is still going on, so there's an opportunity to join and you should get some answers to any questions you might have.
Right. So Yanni will be able to go into a lot more detail, Aoife, on the programme. But in terms of the requirements, you know, you saw some of the subjects, HR, psychology, social sciences, but there are exceptional entries as well if you have business experience.
There's a question here which says, can I ask about the PhD programs? I'm currently a digital and content marketing master's student looking to progress forward. Yeah, so we have our graduate research school, and that's May, is it? I see it there. So May, we have a graduate research school, and I'll pop the link into the website or from their website as well, because when you make application for PhD, there's, you know, a couple of routes to go in. So there's sometimes funded PhD opportunities in certain disciplines, or you can, if you are looking to explore research in a certain area, you would go to that faculty in school and try and get a supervisor and make your application that way. Are you particularly interested in doing a PhD in marketing and staying within that area, May? She has just responded to say yes, yeah.
Great, okay. What I might do is I'm going to put a contact name in. One of my colleagues, Roger Sherlock, will be able to point you in the right direction around PhD. So it's marketing. May, there you go. There's a contact for a colleague of mine. Roger will be able to help you, or else he'll point you in the right direction. He'll be able to let you know what PhD opportunities are coming up within the School of Marketing.
And I've also just posted the link for the Graduate Research School in TU Dublin, and you get plenty of information from that particular resource.
Yeah, so that the Graduate Research School will show you what current projects are there, ready to go, open for application for funding, and also what's the application process like. And May, if you're specifically interested in marketing, you could go, as I say, straight into the source if you go into the School of Marketing itself, and Roger should be able to point you in the right direction. And Yara, I'm just reading your question here. So what postgraduate programs for your particular qualification? So what area of business are you interested in? I suppose is a good question first off. So you're working at the moment, so in a general area of business. And if you were to specialize, so, you know, we have programs in HR, in marketing, finance. It would be what area, specialist area, do you think you would like to progress your career in? Yara is often a good starting point. And you're thinking of progressing in business and staying in business. So you're looking for a conversion program. So there is, say, you know, the advertising program. If you want to go into marketing and advertising, there is a conversion program where students, for example, aren't required to have a business undergrad. You heard me mention on the HR, for example, the masters. Again, anyone working in business, you could be considered an exceptional entry candidate, even though you don't have business as your undergrad or HR as your undergrad. I hope that's helpful for you. What probably a good starting point would be to look at the range of programs on the website, to think about what area of business you'd like to work in, because you're in general business, I suppose, at the moment, working in an administrative role. And if you're thinking, do I want to go down marketing, HR, finance, what area would I like to pursue? And that's a good starting point for you in terms of what program to pick. So please do feel free to email me as well. If you've had time to explore what programs are on offer and you need more information, please do email me and we'll be able to have a conversation.
I've just once again posted a link to the postgraduate brochure that's available online. So you can view that link to see our full range of postgraduate courses that are on offer currently in TU Dublin. We just have another question there which asks, do we offer scholarships to international students?
Pamela, do you want to take that one outside of the Government of Ireland? I'll defer to Pamela on this question.
Yeah, no, at the moment we don't have a scholarship program running across all programs. There is the Government of Ireland scholarship, but that is actually closed now for September 24. TU Dublin aims to keep its fees accessible to all regions, so therefore we price competitively compared to our other institutions in the region. So scholarships don't really feature at the moment.
And I popped into the chat the link to the Government of Ireland scholarship, but as Pamela says, it's closed and it won't open again for until the academic year 25. But if you're planning ahead, you'll be okay. So please do post in the chat or unmute your mic and we'll take any questions that you have. I'm going to pop into chat as well. We have some nice clips from different students talking about their experience studying on a whole range of programs, whether they're finance or advertising. And I'll pop these into the chat. They're hosted on YouTube, so you'll be able to pick them up.
There's just some additional questions coming in here.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have a part-time job along with the full-time program, asks Gabriella.
Yeah, it is.
Gabriella, sorry,
ahead,
I was just
Pamela,
about to type in a response there, Gabriella. Yeah, so your visa allows for you to work up to 20 hours per week during term time and then up to 40 hours per week during college holidays. So most students do pick up part-time jobs to support themselves while they're here. So yeah, as long as it doesn't interfere with your learning, you will pick up some type of work to help you. Okay.
Okay, I've put links into the chat, particularly from advertising, commercial communications, accounting and finance, logistics and supply chain, masters in fashion buying and management. And if you have a look at some of the links there, you can hear from our students from those programs what their learning journey was like, what their experience was like, and how it helped them to secure different roles and organizations that they wanted to pursue.
We've got another student that's just posted 3 questions.
Great.
And Lindy, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, asks, what do students enjoy the most about the university, to begin with?
Yes, we'll lead off with that one, I think. So thanks, Linda. I think what we hear from the students is they enjoy the smaller class sizes and the support that they get from the faculty to study. And we hear that quite a lot. And I see your next question is, what type of students succeed most in this university? Well, we hope that, you know, all our students are supported to be successful. And I mentioned the learning support services that we have, the smaller class sizes, the access to faculty. All of these are really important for supporting all of our students to be successful. And with the smaller class sizes as well, it's a smaller network. You build up more peer contact, peer supports, you build up better relationships with people within your class. We often hear from students who are in very large classes saying, I didn't actually get the opportunity to meet half of the class. Whereas when the classes are smaller, it's ideal in terms of building up a social network as well. And then how could we as potential students impact the university? That's huge potential there, because every single one of our students, one of the areas we talked about is the transformational nature of our learning. So if you're, for example, taking your learning and applying it into a real world setting, whether you're working and taking it back into industry straight away, or you're working on your consultancy project and solving a real life challenge, or working through your particular program, working on projects that are solving case studies and real challenges. This is a great way for students to take your skills and your innovation, your creativity, and bring it into the real world. So you have the potential to really impact not just yourself in terms of your own learning and transformation, but also organizations that you work in as well. Linda, I hope that answered all of those questions.
There was a third part to Linda Wee's question, and the student asks, how could we, as potential students, impact the university?
That was the last one I just answered there.
Oh,
Gareth.
sorry, apologies.
Yeah,
I see an additional one that's coming as well.
There is.
And it just asks, does the MBA certification course take place every single Friday afternoon and every Saturday from September to June?
Yeah, so it's not every, you don't have to be in class every single Saturday. So the way the MBA works, it's designed, I suppose, to help senior managers and leaders to be able to work in business and also study as well. So it's designed to balance work and study. So the way it's delivered is Friday afternoons online from 3 till 7:30. And then Saturday morning from 9 until 5. But you're not in every single Saturday. So each semester is 13 weeks. And typically you could be in for maybe 8 or 9 of those Saturdays in semester 1 and again in semester 2. So it's very manageable, and it's designed specifically to be manageable and help people balance study, work and home life as well. I'll put a link in, I'll pop in our MBA brochure into the chat as well, so you'll be able to get a lot more detail about it. And that was Marquita, isn't it? Yeah, I'll pop in the MBA brochure in just a minute. You're welcome, Ronan, and best of luck with your future studies. Okay, Gareth, I'm just going to pop in the MBA brochure into the chat here. I think we're nearly coming to the end, so.
Thanks, Ashley.
Yeah, I can pop it into the chat even after the call has finished. So Marquita, you'll be able to pick it up then, and it'll show a clear breakdown. If you want to email me as well, Marquita, my email address is further up there in the chat, ashley.o'donoghue@tudublin.ie, and I'll be able to have a conversation with you about the MBA. So thank you everyone for your attention. If you think of any more questions, do pop them into the chat afterwards, or there's lots of contact details from myself and colleagues in faculty. We'll be able to take your questions. And Gareth, thank you so much for setting up the session. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks, everyone.
So the program I'm going to show today is a Master of Science in Human Resource Management, and I'm the program coordinator for this Master of Science in Human Resource Management. So Ashleen has already gave some general information about our university and also the Faculty of Business. So for my session will be to provide a bit more further program level information. So for this Master of Science in Human Resource Management program, it's a newly revalidated, and we have already got aligned to the CIPD new profession map, so aligning with the latest CIPD updates and standards, and also the latest trends and issues that are being addressed. So this program currently is we deliver for the part-time learners, and we often with 2 nights per week, and we deliver this master program on the in the blended mode. So there will be a few weeks online and a few weeks in class. And another very special features is about we're having small classes. So there'll be usually be around 20 to 25 students per class, and that's often indicates more chances for you to have personal engagements and also interactions with the lecturers. And all of our courses and modules are delivered by high qualified lecturers, majority having PhD degrees, and also have very rich academic and also practical industrial experiences. So it's very high level of expertise in the domain of human resource management. And we would often give 10% nominal discount to the students, to the TU Dublin existing students or graduates. And at the moment for the next academic years, the application for that is already open. So you can apply online. And I'm going to, after the presentation, I'm going to share the website link and also the application link to the chat box so that you can check for the information. So this is a level 9 Master of Science master program. So the overall there will be 90 credits that students are going to achieve throughout the 2 years study experience. And a strong feature associated with our master program is all of our master students will be able to apply for the CIPD membership. And we all know that for human resource management, this is a very essential aspect that you need to get the CIPD membership that can help you to, that's very important in your job career progression. So, and also as an example of demonstrates shows that as well, programs and modules going to cover the latest trends and issues within the human resource management domain. For instance, we have the HR podcast ahead of the curve project, and that will be we're going to invite a series of experts. I mean, going to talk about the latest trends and issues within the human resource management trends. So apologize, just to click the did the wrong click. Okay, so that's the links to the our HR podcast ahead of the curve. And this is just to give you a broad picture about our website and also the links I'm going to share. So through the website, you're going to get all of the essential information about this Master of Science program, and including the fees, the minimum entries, and the core cost structure. Cost structures. I'm going to actually. Again, I don't, there's the, oh yeah. Can see the mouse, where's it? Topology, it's, I think it's the, it's, so I think I need to stop the sharing. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah, it's I clicked the wrong link. It went to the podcast, so I have to reshare and present to you. So
oh, that's no problem. Can you hear me okay now?
Oh yeah, I can hear
yeah,
you. So
perfect.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's better. Okay, so I think the other information, the module program like aim, I mean, it's main, like, I mean, we have a broad program aim would be help the students to enhance their interpersonal leadership skills and also the capabilities to enhance the human resource management expertise, and also have a very strong focus about developing the students' critical thinking and also the problem solving capabilities and skills. And also because majority of the lecturers will have PhD degrees, so we also will be incorporate all of the latest research trends and also the perspectives. So combining the research and also the industrial practices during the delivery of this program. So give you a very broad picture about this program and module structures. So this is a part-time program, master program. So it's going to be run across 2 years. For the first year, you're going to have about 5 modules that's going to be delivered across 2 semesters for the first year, and including the key modules will be include the human resource management in context and developing skills for business leadership, and also the strategic resourcing, talent management, and employment law, and also incorporate the latest, trends, for instance, the emerging technologies, and also the dynamic organizational changes that we also will be, these modules begin to deliver during the first year. And then the second year, we have a few other modules, about I think 6 in total, so including the organizational behavior and then the performance, strategic performance and reward management, and also the leading, managing and developing people, and managing employment relation, and also the strategic learning and development provision. So the redesigning, delivering and evaluating, and also the final research projects. So this the ranges of the modules that are going to be completed through the 2 years period. And also, we actually have, in addition to the videos, Ashley shared it to you, also on our website, we have a few other extra videos that talk about our students' experiences through attending this master program. So I think I selected these 2, so kind of a very interesting example. So on the right side, the videos is about young HR professionals, attended our master program, and through attending our master program, help her to move to the next level of her career development. So it will be an interesting case to watch. And waves on the left side is another mature lady, so attended our module, and she took a career break for family commitments, and our master program helped her to return back to the field of human resource management. So it will be another different story. So I think these 2 gives us very interesting stories, and also covers the 2 ranges of the key targeting students for young HR professionals you want for further career development, or for some other special cases you may want to return or change to the HR fields, will be also a good chances. Okay, so the main context will be I'm Master Sum is the head of discipline for our human resource management master's program, and I'm the program coordinator. So if any issues relating to the discipline level, she'll be a good contact, and she'll be happy to address any inquiries you may have. And I'm the program coordinator, so if you have any inquiries relating to the program specific anything, the modules, I'll be happy to address. And we also have 2 administrators, so Paul and Beer, and they will be happy to address any administration, logistics, or any other support inquiries that you want to ask. So that's, I think, the main kind of games I prepared, and we welcome any questions that you may have, and would like to, I will try my best. And hi, it seems that we have another joiner, Yara. How are you? Welcome to the human resource management session. Can you hear me, please? Okay, so any question you have, any want to ask, or?
I was just curious about the assignment kind of structure. Is it one module at a time for the part-time?
The assignment usually, you mean one assignment per module? Is it what the questions?
Yeah,
or
I was
you want
just
to ask?
curious, is it just one module at a time for the part-time, or how many modules would you have at once?
Oh no, I think usually for one semester, I can show you. I actually have the example of the modules we're having. For instance, for the now is the year, the second year, for this academic year, second semester. So just 1 second. I think I have somewhere. So it's your offering will be. Oh yeah, we have here. So there were a few modules per semester. So for instance, for this current academic year, now it's the semester 2. So the year 1 students, they would have 3 modules. So that's delivered.
Is that for full-time or part-time?
Part-time. Part-time,
perfect,
because
okay.
now we actually are interested for the part-time or full-time.
The part-time.
Yeah, the part-time, because we deliver all of the modules over the evening, so there will be 2 evenings, and it's Saturday, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, so often from 6 p.m. So will be after the work time. So for the year 1 students, they're having the standard 3 modules, but plus the technology modules. So the technology module, emerging technologies, we deliver in the block or in blocks. So that will be the weekends. We select schedule specific weekends. Saturdays, I think it's also we have the agreements with the students and the specific lecturers, because we the students considering having 4 modules over the 2 nights sounds very extensive, so they will be deliver a separate one in the blocks way, and that they found is better suits their schedule.
Okay.
So yeah, so will be the year 2 is also currently they're having 3 modules, and then plus the dissertation. Yeah, so the dissertations you would have, separate individual supervisors to guide you the whole research process.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any other question or? Oh, sorry. I haven't asked. As you're asking the assignment. So the assignments, there will be a combined, mixed assignment. So there will be a continuous assessments, and also some. So because we need to align with the CFPD standards. So the CFPD standards, they require some. Camera should be. Sorry. There's question addressed to me, like mics and cameras should not be active. Hi, Graph. It seems like we're working okay. So the camera and mic work okay for us. So thanks. So okay, we're back to you. So we often would adopt a mixture of assignments. So combining the continuous assessments, and also some modules they would also have case study analysis. So and also some modules, because they had need to align with the CFPD requirements, so they would have final exam. So we're combining continuous assessments. The continuous assessments can be individual assignments or group assignments, because we need to encourage the students' teamwork and team contribution skills. And so we're combining the individual and also the group. And then for some, some modules, they may be full. Very few would be for continuous assessments, but we also have other modules they require to align with the CPD requirement would have the final exam.
Nice. And how would you, I plan, if I decide to pursue the part-time course, I plan to work full-time. So I was just kind of curious about the time commitments outside of class kind of hours.
Outside the class, we actually, that's a good question. So because it's the flexibility that's the, just 1 second, I just really need to get a pen. It's very not good at the mathematics. So I think so we often would have the 24 hours, so the teaching hours, teaching context, and then there'll be 72, the off class hours. That's the expected, the standards, to reach this level of level 9. That's the expected 79 hours for the 5 credits. So that's for the 5 credits module. Often we would expect about the 100 hours. we would often have the 24 hours teaching hours plus the 76 the off class studying hours, but then this is just the general recommended by the authority, so it also depends on your own study plan. So it's often I would say according to our current, because I also be teaching quite a few modules for the part-time program, so majority they're manageable. It's not a kind of like very difficult to manage. So if because the teaching hours they're pre-scheduled over the 2 nights, and then if you often I think the part-time student like students, you need to properly allocate your time. So for the teaching days, the days you have classes, they often tend to complete as much as possible, and they maybe need to schedule a bit other off class time, and then. But so far, I so far be majority manageable. That I didn't hear any kind of like a struggling. Yeah.
Well, perfect. I think then I just had one more question about kind of the process. So I know applications are open at the moment, and it's an online application. Is that correct?
I get just 1 second. I think I should post this to you. So that's these are the 2 specific like links to our program. So Master of Science specific website, and also the applying online application website.
Thank you. So is there any kind of information I need to have kind of to hand or in advance while filling out the application?
I think they're quite pretty much. I mean, that's the. I actually also have a document, kind of like the. I think you need to be aware of the application. So the fees, so the website is for the EU, and the fee is for 3,800, and then the program's structure, and you need to be aware it's over 2 years. And every academic year we have 2 semesters, and often for 1 semester, there will be about 3 modules. And so for the whole first year, you have 5 modules to complete, and then the second year you have 6 modules to complete. So, and then the final, there's a plus a research project at the very end. So that's the rough of the amount of work that you have to complete. So, and often over 2 evenings, Tuesday and Thursday. So you need to see whether it suits your schedule. So then I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's another. You needed to pay about. I mean, when you fill the application form online, there's kind of like €50. Like you have to pay the application fee. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So I think that's okay. So, any other question?
No, I don't think so. I think one came to mind there, but I can't remember what it was. So it must have been.
Yeah, feel free
important.
to join any other time. I'm going to be here until the end. So going to be, I think, 2 p.m. So any questions you remember want to ask, feel free to rejoin us.
Oh, sorry. What's the class sizes like? I know they said they'd be small, but how
20
many
to
kind of
25.
people?
20 to 25.
And is that so you take in kind of 20 people every year? Is it sorry?
Yeah, we have we try to, that's our unique feature for TU Dublin. So we try to keep the small classes because that's for the interaction. So that's why we would encourage. I mean, it seems that this year is very good, very positive. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to fill the application, online application, at your earliest convenience, because once we reach the maximum where the school may stop accepting applications. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you, and all the
You
best.
too.
Yeah. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Dr. Emma Sweeney, and I'm the Program Coordinator on the MSc in Advertising and Creativity here in TU Dublin. So to give you an overview of our program, it runs over 3 semesters over 1 full academic year. Within the first semester, you have 5 core modules which you study, which are visible to you on screen. Those are creative thinking, communication strategy, development and effectiveness, critical consumption studies, and professional development. You then will take either business research methods or portfolio pathway, dependent on which capstone project you choose to take. Within that same semester, you then take on 2 elective modules. You choose from user experience design, copy and content, digital analytics, media planning, and sustainability leadership. By having both core and elective modules within the program, it means that your learning pathway is flexible to you. You can decide what is relevant for the next steps within your own career. In semester 2, you take 3 core modules. Those are current issues in advertising and marketing communications, marketing technology, and design thinking and remote collaboration. You then go on to choose 3 electives. If you are taking the creative portfolio as your capstone project, as I'll explain in a moment, you will be taking art direction and copywriting, and you have a choice of a 3rd module, production, client leadership, or behavioral economics. If you're choosing to take a dissertation, you can pick any 3 of the 5 elective modules that you would like to choose. At the end of semester 2, we then place you on a 2-week internship. So dependent on your career aspirations, we will engage with you to find out what might be relevant for you, and we will work to place you in an organisation that is relevant to you. Once those 2 weeks are complete, you will then go on to engage in an industry showcase project. That is the commencement of semester 3. So within this industry showcase project, you will have the chance to be briefed on a live brief from a client in industry, and you will then have the chance to respond to that brief. After working on it for about 6 weeks, you will engage in what we call the showcase pitch. So this is when you pitch your response to the brief back to an audience that we invite in from the industry and also from your original client. That means before you leave us here in TU Dublin, you have the chance to network and get to know some key players within the industry. Another noteworthy element of our programme is that within the lecturing team, we have a strong team of key academics, but also practitioners. So that means if you study a module like media planning, you will have a media planner from industry teaching you this module. That brings you to the final part of the programme, which is the capstone project. So that's worth 20 credits. So you have the choice to take on an academic dissertation or a creative portfolio. That means that you can choose, based on your own career aspirations, to, for example, take on a creative portfolio, which means you respond to a number of briefs and you have a body of work to show employers once you leave here, or you can decide to take on the academic dissertation. So that would be where you become a thought leader and expert in your own area, which again will help to propel conversations once you leave here in interviews with future employers. That is a key overview of our programme. Within this programme, you won't be in large lecture theatres. We keep the class size small on this programme, so you'll have a lot of interaction with your lecturers as well as your peers. If you have any questions about the programme, please do feel free to get in touch. I'm always happy to chat about the programme with you, either over email or I'm happy to have an online meeting with you too. You can reach me by emailing emma.sweeney@tudublin.ie. I look forward to speaking with you about this programme in the future.